Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of Glorious Life on Wheels. Well, I told you all on my live that I had something I wanted to talk to you about, and I guess the title will give you a little bit of a clue about what's kind of got me a little bit fired up. You know, some people truly are just too mean and ignorant to help. Or maybe I should say to educate. But at any rate, come on, and I'll tell you what I mean and why I'm saying that. But if it's an unpleasant or really unkind comment about someone I interviewed and it's unwarranted, that really chaps my hide. I have to admit that. I can let the ones about me slide off my back, but when they go after someone I've interviewed, especially if it's a friend, sometimes I just have to go in and roll up on them. What can I say? And that's what happened recently. I did an interview with Lindy, if you recall. This is maybe over a year ago now, but I'm still getting comments on that video from time to time. And I spend most of my time answering comments on newer videos, but sometimes when I have a chance, I will go into a section where you can see the comments on the older videos also, and I will respond if I have time. Well, you know, there was a person who went in, and this is what she said. Basically, it was questioning the integrity of Lindy, which I know is very high, and it was also questioning my integrity because I aired the video. And here's what the person said. I'm going to read it from my notes so I get it right. She said, "Okay, I'm calling BS. This is the third video I've seen with supposedly homeless, poor elderly women, and they all have expensive and beautiful fake nails. I've been poor, and a manicure, especially a high-quality one, was not on the menu. She wants you to believe she is choosing between gas and food. But how much for those nails? Quite a bit." I'm reading this. And while I'm reading it, I'm thinking, oh my goodness. First of all, Lindy does have beautiful nails. But they're her own nails. They're not fake nails. They're not nails that she goes in and gets done or gets a manicure. I think she told me once she's never even had a manicure. She does them herself with what, a 98-cent bottle or $1 bottle of nail polish from Walmart, which when she was working there, she probably got a discount, so it's probably even less than $1. So I'm like, you know, so I go in, and I was a little bit toasty, I have to say. So I went in and I responded, and I said, I'm just going to tell you some of what I said. I'm not going to say it all. But I said, okay, I'm calling it too. Another ignorant person commenting without caring about the truth. And then I went on to tell them that, you know, Lindy's nails were natural. They were her own. She did them. That I've known her for well over a year. And I've camped with her extensively. So I personally have seen them. And I know that they're her own because I've seen her do her nails. So, I mean, I thought, you know, okay, that'll end it. Let the person know. Now, I didn't expect this person to come back and say, oh, I'm sorry, you know. I just, from the tone of the comment, I knew this isn't someone who would say, I'm sorry if they say something mean. But I have to admit, even I was surprised by the level of ignorance and their response. I mean, I had to laugh, and I had to kind of kick myself a little bit because I thought, why did I bother responding? I knew from the comment that this wasn't the smartest bulb in the chandelier. Why did I go ahead and comment? But here's what they wrote back, or at least part of what they wrote back, and I'm going to read it. "Well, when you've been as poor as I have, you know the difference. Still calling BS." I'm thinking to myself, now I've been pretty poor as a kid and as a young person, but that never made me an expert on nails. And then I was thinking, of course, I'm taking too much time on this ridiculous thing. but I was thinking, now, if you're watching something or seeing something online, but someone who's actually there and seen it in person and is telling you your assumption is incorrect, you're still going to say, no, I'm right? And I thought, wow, that's what, when I was growing up, they used to call being wrong and strong. You know you're wrong, but you're going to stay strong in that being wrong. How many people do you know like that? That no matter if you give them the evidence and it's clear, it's compelling, and it's indisputable, they still are going to stand strong, dig their heels in, and refuse to acknowledge that they may have made a mistake. And I thought, wow, are there more people like that now? Or is it just with the advent of internet that people feel freer? They can be anonymous, so they feel freer to be ridiculous. I don't know. I haven't figured it out. But I have encountered so many people like that online who say some of the most ridiculous things, and despite compelling evidence to the contrary, they just don't want to change their opinion or refuse to. But you know what? To tell you the truth, it's not just online. It seems more and more the climate that we live in, people will take a position without having any information, without caring about the truth, and they'll spew that information out and they'll repeat it, not caring who it harms, who it damages. And once they find out that it's not true, they don't bother to go back and correct it. Is it that we live in a time where people have less integrity and really care less about the truth, or what failing to tell the truth or actually outright lies do to someone, or the harm that it can do? I don't know. I'm going to pose that question to you and ask that you answer it in the comments. Do you think that we live in a day and age that integrity is not really valued that much, and that people don't really care that much about the truth, that sensationalism wins out over accuracy and the truth? Do people just care about winning, whether they're winning with the truth or not? Let me know what you think in the comments. All right, well, that's my rant for the day. I do have something that happened to me that later in the week I'm going to share with you. And this time I didn't go in, but I think maybe I should have. I'm going to ask you to let me know what you think. But that's later in the week. So until then, may your journeys be filled with joy and blessings, and I will see you next time.